Hi everyone, welcome. I'm going to do a quick little color along out of this book for Gnomeuary 2022. This is Coloring Book Cafe Gnome Life. This is their old one. It is not the new Gnomeville that is out. So this one's from 2019. I got it 2020, so I've been working on it 2 years now. I have not gave up on it. I am still working my way through, but I am getting closer. So I figured, because I was going to start it, I would go ahead and film a little bit of it and see how much we could get done. So I've kind of pre-planned a few colors. Other things are going to be a little bit see how it goes kind of thing. I'm going to take a touch new marker and I'm going to do around the grass. You will see me do this very sloppily, but that way if I get it on the grass, my pencils are going to cover it and it's not going to make a difference. So I'm going to do that first. So I'm going to do a little bit of it and then I will pause and finish it and then come back and color the grass, because I'm sure it gets as tedious as it is to color it, like people watching it. And actually, I see it connects around, so maybe I want to do a green, but that would be a lot of green. So I think I'm going to stick with brown. And I will be adding to this. It will not just be straight brown. I am going to go back and add some rocks and some things to it so it doesn't look so plain. This is just getting my base layer in, and that's kind of like what I do with most of my pages. I like to try to go in and get the base in, and then I'll go back and touch it up, especially if I'm going to use pastels or eyeshadow or anything like that. I'll try to do that at the end so my hand doesn't wipe it all off or smear it all over pencil work. So I definitely do things in a different order, but I want to get this down so I can see how the rest of my colors are going to work. Kind of gets a little tricky here. And the best part is if you screw it up, nobody will ever know. So I think all that is grass for now. So let's skip over to the next part. Alright, so this is basically what I'm going to do for this whole little step here. So I'm going to finish this real fast off camera, and then we will be back to do something fun. Alright, got that done. As I was going, I almost changed my mind because I see he's probably not supposed to be laying in the dirt. He's probably supposed to be laying in grass, but he is laying on a rock. So we're just going to roll with it. We're going to leave it be as it is. I'm going to do a couple things on the grass, and then I will skip to the next part because it is also a lot of grass, and I forgot to pull my good green pencil for this part. I'm trying not to be loud as I look for it. I'm not using a certain brand of pencils, and I'm also using markers just because it's what I have on my desk from all my projects I've been doing this month. So I have a little bit of everything everywhere. So this is going to be my shadow color. So anywhere I think is going to be a little darker, I'm going to put this color. And there's no right or wrong. You won't really notice once you get it all colored. Oh, missed a spot of brown right there. That you probably will notice. And right there. That's why it's a good reason to... You'll fill it in after. Sometimes when you're going through with your first color, it's just hard to tell what is what. Okay, so I'm going to mark this as all not grass, just so I don't get confused, accidentally color something in this spot. It's hard to do with a pencil in my hand, but that's right. Like I said, pencil goes right over it. Nobody will ever know. just filling in a couple spots. Okay, then you're going to take your next lightest color. I'm only going to do 2 colors. If you feel like you want more than that, go for it. This is a Crayola signature. And these 2 pencils go really well together, I found out. So I've been using them together. Oh, one sec, I have an itch on my eye. Okay. It has been super windy here all day today. Of course, it didn't start till I went to Walmart and got like all my groceries and had to unload them. Then the wind kicked in. But ever since then, it's been going all day. We're up to like 80-mile-per-hour winds. So I'm hoping the power stays on. We are built for high winds, but I feel like they've been excessive, so. Alright, so that is gonna look great when I get it all done. And you can always go in, add a couple different greens or lighter spots if you want to. You could do your dark green with, or your light green with marker, go in and add your dark green with pencil, or light green, goodness, past my bedtime, can't talk. No, this is just how I do it. And then if you get a couple spots that start blending together, you just touch them up. And this goes really easy over the Crayola pencils, so it's not hard to do. So that's how we're going to do the grass on this one. So I'm going to leave it for now. I'm not going to pause and come back just yet to finish the grass. I will show you a couple other things first, in case I have to break this video into 2s. Let me put in these couple spots I forgot, goodness. In this book, I do believe I have a theme going, yes, mostly, of doing my borders, so I'm not going to worry about that. See, I forgot this one already. Okay, I'm not sure what color I'm going to do him yet, so I'm going to leave him for a minute, but I am going to do his red bike. And I'm going to do it a little backwards. I'm going to put my light color in first. This is going to be my light color. And that's all tire. I'm just going to make his whole bike red. And that way when I'm coloring the water, it will just kind of help distinguish what is what. That might have actually been part of the tire too, but that's okay. We have an eraser. Okay, so just kind of filling it in. Gotta get around this little frog here. Very cute. Okay, then I'm gonna take my next darkest color. I'm just gonna kind of pick my shadow spots. So I think I'm gonna come down a little this way and a little up this way, a little down and a little up. And that just kind of makes for a highlighted effect is all. Goodness. That wind. But I have trees in my front yard, so it almost makes me nervous. We had a couple of them cut down because they were dead, but we still have a couple that they drilled holes and put salt in to dry out so they could cut it down, that are still out there. So hopefully they will hold. Okay, I think I'm gonna put a little around this frog. And I missed this bar right here. I'm thinking this is on the other side. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to darken a couple spots here. Okay, and I'm going to take my last and I'm going to just darken it even more. And that's just so when I go back over with my lightest color it still has dimension. This will give it a very neat effect. Okay, and then we're just going to blend over everything with our lightest color. And hopefully, when we're done, we will have a nice shiny bike. I probably will go add white highlights, but I'm not going to do it till the end, just because if I put my white gel pen now and I wipe off pencil shavings, or I color like this and then go like this, the red is going to touch the white and leave pink. A little trick if you're using gel pens over pencil like this and you're worried about it turning red, put a little bit of white wax pencil under it, and then it won't suck up the pencil underneath and change colors. So just cleaning up a little where I got wild, so that I can kind of see where stuff is. Okay. So I'm just burnishing and blending. My little frog's toes turned a little red. Okay, so there is our bicycle. Next I'm going to jump up and do this guy. So I'm going to turn it a little just so I can color across. And I think I'm going to go, I'm trying to decide if I want to go yellow at the bottom and blue at the top, blue at the top and yellow at the bottom. I think we're going to make it like the sun is behind the mountains. So we're going to put a light shade of dark yellow across, like the sun is peeking down behind these mountains. I'm not going to draw in a sun, I'm just going to very quickly give the effect. Oh goodness. Okay, then I'm going to blend it with cream and pull it up. I'm going to leave my clouds for a minute. Okay. And I'm just kind of evening it out across here. Okay, we're going to grab a white and we're just going to put a little layer. And this is just so the next color doesn't turn green when we mix it with the cream. And if I knew where my handheld sharpener was. 1 second. Oh, sorry. All right, we got a cute little point on here. And we're just going to work our way up to the top now. So that white is going to leave a little bit of kind of a dusty, and we'll go back and we'll fix that a little bit once we get all our color on there. We got to get it all on here so I can see what I'm working with. Okay, just kind of filling in a little bit. Making sure I get around my trees. I don't want any halo effect around my trees. I hope everyone is doing well and feeling good. I know there for a minute it seemed like everybody was catching a crud of some kind. I'm finally over mine for the most part. I still don't have any taste or smell really. A little bit. I think it's wanting to come back. But I'm feeling better. That is always a plus. All right, so there is that, and I know it looks silly and very unblended at the moment, but we're gonna fix that. So first things first, I'm gonna add just a small dusting of blue. This will blend out and not be so prominent, but I think it really matches the yellow at the bottom. Again, I'm not a professional. That's just how I do things. If you don't like it, leave it off. It's just kind of... So while I'm doing that, I'm going to add a couple streaks down here. All right, now we're going to blend. So coming back with that cream. I want to blend it so it's not harsh, but not enough it disappears completely. Okay, and we're going to go up here to the blue, the tricky spot. Circle, circle, circles. Okay, I'm going to sharpen that and make sure my dark blue comes off because I don't want to start turning it green. Just want it to look like he's taking a morning nap here. All right, so there is our sky. Oh, just yet. One sec. I tricked you. This pencil is getting so small, it's going to be time to go to the extras bin and pull a new one. Almost going to be time to go on a road trip and get some open stock. The colors I need is what it's going to be. All right. There is our beautiful sky. And I will do the clouds. And that blue looks a little straight at the top, so I might pull it down a little. Just because I don't want it to look too uniform, because skies are not uniform. All right. Better. Okay. So we did the grass, the bike, and the sky so far. I think, what do I want to do next here? I think we'll get the water out of the way. So I'm going to pull the same colors, and I'm going to use this for my dark. So wherever I know my dark spots are going to be. Color right through these bike. I will probably come back and do them silver, so they'll stand out a little better. And I will put some white around the edges by the sand as well. Those are kind of finishing touches I do at the end, but oh, I missed a spot of brown. I like to let you know just so you know kind of what my plan is and not wondering what in the world I'm doing. Sometimes I don't even know what I'm doing. I probably will use this brown up here on the mountains as well and then shade it just so everything pulls together. So I'm just going to randomly add in some dark water spots, and it don't really matter where or how big. You just want a couple so your, oh, went over the red. Your water has dimension to it. Make sure you leave your fuzzy edge so it'll blend with your next color. Okay, I'm not going to put yellow in this, even though the reflection normally would have the mountains or the sky in it. I'm just going to stick to basic water. I don't want a whole lot going on because we're going to have all this. I don't want it to be too messy. So this is just kind of going wherever I put the first darkest blue. And this isn't really a color I need to show up, it's just a transition color. It gets me to my next color without leaving a harsh line of any kind. Okay, adding just a little. This is not going to show up this bright when I'm done. This is kind of my highlight color. We're working opposite now. We put in our dark. Now we're just adding a little highlight. Okay, and then our finisher off color. I want a really light, pretty blue, I think. I think that's going to be too light. So I'm going to go this. Is this electric blue? Okay. I like the electric blue in Prismas, but for some reason it has a really weird, extra waxy texture, and it doesn't always color the best. So this is where we slow it down. We burnish. Burnish and blend. So we get that nice, pretty effect of the water. No harsh lines. And if you do have a spot you don't like this looks kind of square to me, I will probably come back and fix it a little. You can color over, so it's not stuck like that if you don't like it. Oh, that wind is just going crazy outside. I'm hoping it's not too loud in the video because I sit right next to the window. Hopefully it shouldn't be. Mother Nature is not happy. I looked on the weather when I got the notice we were getting 80-mile-per-hour winds, you know, because they were telling everybody bring in your trash cans and strap down anything that's a flight risk, pretty much your trampolines, things that like to take off, dog houses. We call them wheelie bins. Somebody's wheelie bin took off. And it didn't say anything about snow or anything, but oh my goodness, it's been all day. And you know, usually we get wind in the afternoons. It's like a daily thing, about 1 to 3 or 4. We'll get a little gust of wind. And I think it's just because we're desert, prairie, not a lot of buildings and things. But it always dies down, and it's only like maybe 15-mile-per-hour winds at most. Just little gusts here and there, then it drifts off, goes away by evening. But today it has been all day long just hanging in there. Thankfully I don't have a dumpster, or a wheelie bin. I have a dumpster, so I don't have to chase mine down the street a whole lot. But, yeah, it's still crazy. I'm going to fix these little blue lines right here in my bike where I accidentally got wild. And I will come back with my red and fix that, and you will never even know I made a mistake. That one might be part of the bike too. And this section is looking a little plain. So I kind of skipped this section for whatever reason. So I'm going to come back with this green. Actually, this is turquoise. It's a whole different green. And now that I touched it, I got to add a little. I was trying to fix the square right here with it too. That's kind of my thinking on it. But I need, where did my peacock color go? Sorry for moving it. I thought sometimes my pencils slide into my book. Okay. whale. We'll add more of this. And then we should be able to hit it with this and we'll be good to go. I might still have to use that other color a little bit. Okay, and I will erase out the tire and whatever I decide goes with the bike. But I don't want my water to be choppy because of this stuff. So it's easier to get it nice and smooth and erased than to try to work around it and have it very blotchy. For me anyway. Okay, losing it tonight. Pencil. Make sure we're still recording. All kinds of weird noises tonight. Alright. I'm not sure if this is part of the bike tire, but we'll erase it out. Maybe we'll make all these parts silver. Everything stands out a little better. Alright, so there is how far we are. I think I am going to stop here because I'm at about a half hour. And, oh, I skipped the whole part of the tire. What am I doing? I am not with it tonight. But I am going to call it here, and then I will go ahead and record part 2, and then based on if I get any requests or anything, I'll post it. Sometimes these go over great. Other times they don't. So sometimes I move on quickly and try to get to things people will like. Just kind of depends on the feedback I get. So there is that. Just kind of touching up my white spots. Alright. Actually, I lied. Let's do... Nope, it is going to shut off. I was going to do the grass real quick. But I will do it next video. So next video, I will show you the mountains and probably some kind of eyeshadow or pencil over top. We'll do some trees and the grass and the gnome, and we'll be done. Thanks for watching. Questions, comments, leave them down below. If you decide you want to color along with this page or any page using any of these techniques, feel free to join the Facebook group with the same name. Hope to see you next video.